Next up, we have Shadia Djakovic. Shadia is a specialist dietitian and research support lead of the Charles Perkins Centre and RPA Health for Life program, Royal Prince Alfred Hospital Health for Life program, bringing extensive experience in nutrition and health promotion. Shadia specialises in Mediterranean-style diets and exploring their impact on overall health outcomes, particularly on ageing. And one of the most fascinating aspects of her work, which she may get to in the talk, but I hope we'll get to in the Q&A, is that the Charles Perkins Centre, which, as I said, is this visionary entity, has a chef in residence with whom Shadia works directly, delivering nutritious food on a clinical trial basis. It's absolutely fascinating and also very joyful and fun. So welcome, Shadia. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here tonight at Parramatta Lanes, surrounded by colour, music and food from every corner of the world. Parramatta is one of the most vibrant and diverse places in Australia, and you can feel it through its food. By day, I work with gadgets and monitors and test tubes, studying how the food we eat affects our health. But what I love most is connecting that science back to real life, to the way we cook, share and experience food together. Because food isn't just about fuel, it's connection, memory and belonging. Think about your last shared meal. Maybe dinner with family, lunch with friends, or takeaway on the couch with a loved one. Food was the glue that held that moment together. And that connection between what's on our plate, our bodies, and our communities might just be one of the keys to living longer. And I'll refer to that going forward as longevity, living a long, healthy life. When scientists study the world's longest lived communities, from the Mediterranean to Japan and even parts of Latin America, the same themes keep showing up. Their diets are built on whole, mostly plant-based foods. They're unprocessed. There's plenty of vegetables, legumes, grains, fruits, olive oil, nuts, and small portions of fish and fermented dairy. There's very little ultra-processed food, alcohol, added sugar, and red meat. And importantly, these meals are not rushed. They're shared, prepared from scratch, and eaten with joy. This way of eating is what we call the Mediterranean style pattern, and it has been studied for decades. It's linked with longer life expectancy, lower risk of heart disease, diabetes, dementia, and even some cancers. But what's fascinating is why it works so well. It's not about one magic ingredient or a superfood. It's a balance of nutrients, the variety of plants, and the steady rhythm of eating that keeps our cells, metabolism, and gut in harmony. Inside each of us lives a hidden community, trillions of bacteria, fungi, and other microbes, good bacteria, that live mainly in our gut. This community, we call it the microbiome, is like an ecosystem. When it's diverse and balanced, we thrive. These microbes digest fibre, produce vitamins, regulate inflammation, and even talk to our brain. They're a silent part of our immune system and our metabolism. And they love plants. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Each different plant feeds a different group of microbes. So, when we eat a variety of plants, we grow a variety of microbes. And that diversity is one of the strongest signs of healthy aging. So you can think of your gut like Parramatta itself, busy, diverse, and interconnected. When the system is balanced, everything runs smoothly. When diversity is lost, through stress, processed food, or antibiotics, things fall out of sync. So in many ways, what's good for your gut is good for your whole body. My favourite slide. One of the simplest ways to support your microbiome and overall health is to eat the rainbow. And I'm not referring to Skittles now, I'm referring to fruits and vegetables. Every colour in fruits and vegetables represent a different family of phytonutrients. These are natural chemicals that protect and repair our bodies. So the reds in tomatoes contain lycopene, which are great for heart and brain health. The green, spinach, kale, herbs provide folate and chlorophyll to support cell renewal. There are oranges and yellows in carrots, pumpkin, citrus give us carotenoids and vitamin C, vital for skin and immunity. And the purples, my favourite, provide anthocyanins, an antioxidant that's found in eggplant, plums, grapes, and blueberries. And it helps to reduce inflammation. So when we say eat the rainbow, we're not just talking about pretty foods. We're saying feed your body a spectrum of protection. So, and every year, what makes it even better is this is not an extensive list, this is just a couple of examples. Every year we discover new ways these compounds support mood, metabolism, our microbiome, and even gene expression. And the best part is you don't have to be eating the Mediterranean diet to get these. It shows up across all cultures, in dal and rice, in tabbouleh, in fajitas, in stir-fries and curries. That just goes to show that food and cultural diversity go hand in hand as powerful forms of nourishment. We're also learning that when we eat matters almost as what we eat. So giving our bodies regular breaks between meals or overnight helps our cells rest, repair, and recycle waste products. That doesn't mean extreme fasting or skipping meals altogether. It's about eating within the rhythm of the day, mostly during daylight hours when you're more active, and letting your body pause overnight without any late night meals. This natural rhythm supports metabolism, improves insulin sensitivity, and allows our gut to recover. So while fasting can sound like a trend, and it is right now, it's really an old idea, giving our bodies time to reset. But eating well doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's one thing to know what's healthy, and it's another thing to be able to live it. And we've mentioned it through a couple of the speeches before me, so I'm touching on that again. So time to cook or eat together can be hard to find. We referred to time, work-life balance before. You can be exposed to hundreds of junk food ads and fast food chains every day depending on where you live. Neighbourhoods differ in access to fresh produce, safe spaces, and even basic food preparation. These are called what we call the social determinants of health. They're the invisible ingredients that decide how long and how well we live. So through my work in health promotion, I've seen how small systemic changes like better school canteen menus, clearer food labels, community cooking programs can improve diets, can ripple through families and communities. So when we make healthy choices easier and more affordable, we don't just change diets, we change futures. Now, I promised we'll talk about the social side and touching on other people's talks again because we're here to talk about the social side of food. So because food doesn't just nourish our bodies, it connects our lives. In every culture, the act of sharing a meal is one of humanity's oldest rituals. It's where we talk, laugh, share plates, and belong. People who eat with others tend to live longer and feel happier. And food may be biology and chemistry, but it is also community. And the dinner table is one of our oldest health systems. Well, I believe so anyway. So what does a social life of longevity mean? It means that a long, healthy life isn't built in laboratory or clinics with gadgets and gizmos. It's built in homes, workplaces, and city policies. So how can we make healthy food more accessible? How can we design workplaces that make time for meals, not just meetings? And how can we help families reclaim food as a space for connection, not just convenience? When we create communities that support healthy eating and social connection, we move from individual longevity to shared longevity, a future where everyone has a chance to thrive. So tonight, as you wander through these laneways, tasting, sharing, discovering, think of food as something not to just fill your tummy up. Every bite feeds a living community inside of you. Every meal shared builds community around you. And every system that makes healthy, equitable food possible builds a better future for all of us. So the secret to longevity isn't hidden in a supplement or a superfood. It's in our diversity, our balance, and our willingness to nourish each other from the inside out. Thank you.